album release. This is an amazing thing by such an up-and-comer to be on the 4th album already. I'm really impressed. And I just wanted to say we go way back to North Arcadia, right?
No. Oh, I wish I went to Arcadia.
Northfield High School.
No, yeah.
Yes. So Monte and her friend Alvin came in to record an album. Gosh, it must be like 8 years ago, 6 or 8 years ago.
I'm terrible at math, but something like that.
And sounded just as clear and beautiful as it will today. So we knew that there was something special here way back when. And it's an honor for me to see a musician evolve and now be coming here post-college to present your 4th album. So let's all welcome Monte. The little bit of business, the bathroom is in the back corner. You can just go in any time through there. You can grab a drink of water if you need it. Our friends here are Aspen, Lisa, and Olga. They're helping with merch, which is these cute stickers. The donations for Monte for tonight's performance, and then also just a little spiel for our patio project. We're hoping to upgrade the patio into a more of a pleasant place to sit and perform. So maybe we'll be out there next year. Oh, yeah. And with that, we'll turn it over to Monte.
Awesome.
Yippee! All right. Martha, do you want to close the door?
Yes, I do.
Oh, thanks, Rena. Mama, it's okay. You don't have to record on your phone because we're having this recorded. So.
The backup.
The backup. Okay. The backup to the backup to the backup. Okay. So thank you everyone so much for coming. Sorry, I need to get this closer to my face. Thank you so much everyone for coming. It really means the world to be able to finally say that my album is done. Every other time that I've been at Hotspot performing, I'm like, and I'm working on this album, and I'm like having some sort of like Mortal Kombat situation with it, where like it never backs down, but it's never done. But it's finally done. Let's see. Martha told you about the stickers. Some of you might have seen me at Riverwalk. I have a small business where I make stickers. So I was like, I don't have any merch. And then my boss was like, you should just make stickers. And I was like, that is genius. So I have stickers over there for $2, my only merch that I've ever made. So just some information about this album. It's an 11-song album of fully original music. I'm mainly a vocalist, but in recent years I've become also a music producer. So I do a lot of like composition with different instrumentation, digitally and real instruments, but a lot of it is mainly digital. This is the first album that I've made where I was really putting in all the effort into each song to make it like a fully fledged, like complete composition. So this is really exciting for me. It is my 4th album, but it really feels like my first of this kind, which is really exciting. And it was also the first album that I ever mixed myself. So mixing is a more like musical engineering aspect of working on an album that I'd never actually done properly before, but I was able to do it. Everything that you hear on the album is done by me, so any instrumentation, any weird sound, probably downloaded that from like freesounds.com. Real ones know what that means. And vocals by myself as well. So if you hear a choir, that's all me too. Like 16 of me, copy and pasted. But there is one person who actually did, the only other person who worked on this album that I do want to give a huge thank you to is Luca. He's my tutor he lives in Italy. I found him on Fiverr, and he taught me how to mix because I didn't know how to do it before. He taught me everything I know and really like helped me just keep trying to make it better throughout the whole process, because when I tell you I wanted to give up so many times, and he was like, no, like you have to make it better. And I was like, I'm so done with hearing this song. Like, I just want to release it. And he was like, no, we have to make it better. And he really pushed me to make it as good as it could be. And you can really hear that. So I really appreciate him for that. And especially appreciate him for then mastering the album. And I was like, I do not have time to learn how to master on top of everything. So shout out to him. He's been amazing help. And working with him has been incredible. So you're going to hear a lot of sounds today. But before the sounds comes like the music. I don't need this sticker. It's distracting me. before the funky sounds that I add to stuff is really like the song is the core of it. So I wanted to do the first one acoustically, so that you can just know like the songwriting is the start of everything. This is Polyamory. I could whisper from the next room, but it would sound so silent to you. I wanna scream the truth, but I don't know what you would do. How could it be that I wanna be with anyone else when I've wanted and I've wandered here by myself? Oh, guideless, how I got here, just confidence you wouldn't disappear. I could tell you that I care, but I'd still find a fantasy somewhere. You will always be enough. Couldn't ask myself to treat you half as much. I can't help the way I am, breaking hearts, never wanted to be apart from anyone. You're not the only one for me. How could it be I wanna be with somebody else when I've wandered and I've wandered here by myself? Oh, guideless, how I got here, just confidence you wouldn't disappear. All right, thank you. So it's the part of the concert where I grab a this. So this album is made of two types of songs that I wrote in college, and songs that I wrote while I was abroad in Korea. I was working there teaching for 6 months. The oldest song on here is 4 years old, and the youngest song on here is like less than a year old. So it's quite the span of stories that I'm telling. I'm gonna perform 9 out of 11 of them today, so 8 more after Polyamory that I just played. The reason I'm not playing 3 of them is because 2 of them are choral arrangements, and as you can tell, there's only one of me, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense to have like the a cappella singular choral arrangement. But definitely like one of the choral arrangement ones, Queen's Gambit, which is on the album, is my favorite on the album, and it's also Luca's favorite, my tutor. So, you know, just another reason to stream it on Spotify and Apple Music and wherever the heck else I put it, I can't remember. But and the other one employs a lot of auto-tune because it's a sort of a fan fiction song about Finn from Adventure Time. And he, thank you, yeah. And he canonically, my mom is snapping. And he canonically swallowed a computer, so his voice is super auto-tuney. And it's just really important to me that song be like canon, so like it just cannot be me singing it like that. So if you want to hear that, listen to the album. Anyways, the cover of the album, which you can see on the stickers and you know when you listen to it, is a picture of me and my friend Leon, who I met in college on a beach. I think it was actually like, it wasn't a real beach, it was like a lake beach, you know. We were in Ohio, so like, you know. And we were just standing there. I think we were looking at a dead fish, honestly. Irrelevant. We were looking at a dead fish for sure. But I remember sitting there being confronted by the idea of death. No, I'm just kidding. It was unrelated. I was just like, it was like right before graduation. I remember being like, oh my God, everything in my life is about to change. Like, I don't know how to even like begin to think about this. And I had that same feeling when I was leaving Korea after having been there for 6 months. I was like, oh my God, everything's about to change and I don't know how to deal with this. So I felt like that would pair well with the title, which comes from a journal entry that I wrote when I was leaving college for some break or something, I don't remember. And it was just a really chaotic journal entry. It was like, oh my God, like I feel like shit and I'm so nervous and whatever. And then at the end, it was just like this beautiful ending line. When I get home, I want to make music. Like I knew that's what I had to do. And that's just encapsulating like all these songs because they're very different songs. It's not a very cohesive album, but like the meaning is cohesive to me. So that's what that's about. So the next 3 songs are going to be songs that I wrote while I was abroad. Most awkward angle ever for my computer. This song is called Everything There Is to Know, and I wrote this one after having an experience with some new friends where I like made a joke that was really funny. And it was my type of humor, and they just didn't think it was funny, and they were trying to like explain to me how like, well, actually, it's like kind of problematic for you to be like assuming someone is gay, and I'm like, I'm gay. Like it's an in-group thing. Like you just wouldn't understand. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna see y'all after this. Like, and I never did. I was like, I'm not gonna see y'all. So this song is about just moments where you realize, yeah, this isn't gonna work. Just gotta play it here. Oh, that didn't happen. I don't know how to use my computer.
Why don't we ever talk about the words that come out of your mouth? We're using 4 ears and all your 21 years to figure it out. No, silence is my favorite sound. We've got a lot to think about, but you're so cool at pretending that you're not even comprehending what this is about. And it's no use to try and convince you if you think that you already know everything there is to know. And if the truth is making you question, well, let that be a lesson to you. Never stick to what you assume. Why don't we ever talk about the insecurity and doubt that comes from questioning friendships and how I think I have to end it now? And it's no use to try and convince you if you think that you already know everything there is to know. And if the truth is making you question, well, let that be a lesson to you. Never stick to what you assume. Got some space, out of pace. We were too used to. Made a joke with the hope that you would get it too. I ran away, I couldn't say all that I wanted to. The rejection in your inflection said all that it needed to.
Yeah, so I made that song in a one-bedroom apartment in Korea on a MIDI controller and my computer with a really bad USB mic. But I re-recorded it when I got home because I was like, I'm not doing this with the USB mic. So if you like that genre, sorry, because that's the only song I've ever written in that genre. And I don't know how to do it, so don't ask me to do it again. Yeah, this is just get used to this because this is how every song is gonna be. Every song is a different genre, so just don't worry about it. Next song is Never Change. This is about realizing that you are autistic in when you're an adult, and then being like, oh, I'm not broken. I'm just okay. And yeah, I'm really nervous, so I have like no filter, guys. Okay, let's do it. Well, we're friends.
The world is so loud. Even when I'm alone in my head, there's a crowd. They're trying to figure me out. Think if we retrace all my steps, then they'll know what I'm about. To not know yourself is a bleeding gum. I went to the parties and they weren't fun. Thought I was the problem you didn't see. The noise of the world isn't wrong with me. I'll never change. So when you're done with me, just leave me gently. Oh, I'll never change. My freak psychology, my sugar energy. You'll never change. Scared of my misery, reject the quality. Oh, you'll never change. This plastic part of me, it gives me all I need. gives me all I need. I cower, I am unseen, and I put all the blame on my body, the machine. The lies are so easy to believe. No one in here to tell me that's not how it should be. You didn't see the bleeding, the bleeding, the bleeding gun. What's wrong with me? Thought I was the noise of the world. Oh, never change. So when you're done with me, just leave me gently. Oh, I'll never change. My freak psychology, my sugar energy. You'll never change. Scared of my misery, reject the quality. Oh, you'll never change. This plastic part of me, it gives me all I need. It gives me all I need. This is really fun. So yeah, that song, love that song. But it was my problem child in mixing. That's what Luca and I called it. We went through like more than 7 versions of this mix because I didn't quite get it right the first time when I was doing it at the Northfield Library with my headphones on. I'm gonna be so real. This could not have been possible without the Northfield Library. I mixed like half of this album in there. And I personally thanked them this morning, so don't worry about that. Yeah, I say more than 7. It was probably like 11 versions of this, mixing it. I don't know what it was, something about having like 1 million backing vocals or like 1 million fake guitars. I couldn't get it right. And I wanted to give up, but Luca didn't let me. So luckily it sounds how I want it to sound now. But boy, that one was a rough one. I'm really glad this album is released. All right, next is a song called Shells. I've been debating like which one is my favorite and whatever, and I know I already said one was my favorite, but this is also kind of my favorite. This is the song of my entire musical career that I am the most proud of in terms of like composition and production. This is the type of song that you listen to with your headphones on, and like you like close your eyes and you're just lying there. Or maybe that's just something I do. But this song is about loving yourself at all stages of life and embracing age. Because as like a person in their early 20s, and that was raised female, I'm just like, the clock is ticking on like my desirability in the eyes of society. And that's a really difficult thing to deal with. And I started feeling that, especially when I graduated college. I was like, oh my gosh, like how many years do I have left before I'm like, cast aside? So this song is fighting back at that and saying that I want to embrace the way that my body ages and the way that I am at every age, the same way that I want everybody to do. I see it now. At 25 years, you give yourself do to you. What it does to make you kind, lose your mind, scare you still, make you kill, make you mind, lose your kind, scared you kill, makes you still. Wanna grow into myself, let go of anyone else. Wanna grow into myself, let go of anyone else. I see it now. At 22 years, you see yourself in the way that other people do. And other people too. You kind, lose your mind, scare you still, make you kill, make you mind, lose your kind, scared you kill, makes you still. Wanna grow into myself, let go of anyone else. Wanna grow old with myself, collect my wrinkles like shells. Wanna grow into myself, let go of anyone else. Wanna grow old with myself, collect my wrinkles like shells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that one's really special to me. All right, so the next 4 songs are a collection of songs written through college. So you can imagine like dorm rooms, childhood bedroom, another dorm room, a third dorm room. I went to college during COVID. A 4th dorm room. We had to move like all the time. What am I talking about? Oh yeah. So this, the first one of the college songs is Get to You. Which is about a feeling that I'm sure a lot of you can relate to, is talking to someone like close friends or someone in your life, or strangers too, and just realizing that there are life experiences and differences that you will never be able to understand about them, and really wanting to be there to support people in your life, but knowing that you would have to live their entire life to understand where they're coming from, and would have to live their entire life to truly understand their pain, their experience and their perspective. So I wrote this song about that feeling of like, there's really nothing I can do to get to you in that way.
Why life is so crowded, brush arms with a stranger every day. I guess it's just all of us caught up inside the rush of the day. Things settle differently on our faces. We grew up inside our place and it's hard to move. If you want me to, in a world that was mine, I would give you the time to be understood. If it wasn't so mean, so many miles between, I'd do all I could to get to you. Why people so proud? I lose hope in the power of goodness. I guess it's in all of us. No use in asking for innocence. Things settle differently on our faces. We grew up inside our place and it's hard to move. I've been wanting to, in a world that was mine, I would give you the time to be understood. If it wasn't so mean, so many miles between, I'd do all I could to get to you, to get to you, to get to you, to get to you. In a world that was mine, I would give you the time to be understood. If it wasn't so mean, so many miles between, I'd do all I could to get to you.
Okay, so I forgot to mention this, but I'm doing a Q&A after the concert because the concert is pretty short because I'm playing 9 songs out of the 11. So this is a sneak peek of what you'll get in that Q&A. Something that I did, just some background, something that I did in this song that I think is really cool that now that I have your attention, can just tell you about, is I did something not while recording. Actually, I did this in mixing after recording and producing, and it was almost done, and then I was like, I have an idea. I did something called parallel processing on the vocal, which is in the world of musical production, is when you double a vocal and then you do funky stuff to one of them, but then you leave the original one intact. So it's like the funky stuff is going on, but we don't lose the original vocal. Like it's not just like only funky. So I did that in the bridge where it says "Get to You" like a million times. I did that in the album version. And not only did I do parallel processing where I had like the normal vocal, and then I had like a really reverbed out vocal that like pans from left to right. It's like doing all sorts of funky stuff. I then automated the main vocal. Automating is where you change certain parameters for certain aspects or for certain tracks. So for the vocal only, I changed the volume parameter using automation. Basically, TLDR, the vocal does a thing where it gets quiet and then it gets louder during the bridge where it says "Get to You" a million times. So it's like getting to you. It starts out far away, but then it sounds closer and closer. So if you listen to it, you can catch that. So the next one is "If I Don't Want to Know." Some of you who know me might know that I have OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. And this song is about that. For those who don't know, if you have OCD, the leading form of therapy is just torture, basically, but it works. It's like exposure therapy. So if you have fear about something, you have to like expose yourself to it. People also call OCD the doubting disorder because a lot of people who have it really struggle with uncertainty. Yours truly. So a lot of like the exposure therapy for OCD is being like, I don't need answers, I don't need certainty, I'm just gonna like keep moving. And that's extremely difficult for people with OCD generally. So this song is sort of taking power back in that what if question that my OCD always asks me. And is saying, you know what, I don't wanna know. Like I don't want to know the thing that you want me to know so bad, because I know it's not good for me in my head. Another fun anecdote about this one is that ever since I was young, I would describe my OCD like anxiety as like a bee or like a school of bees. Is it school or is it like swarm? Thank you. School of fish, swarm of bees. Okay. So a swarm of bees like in the back of my head buzzing, and I still describe it that way. And it's actually not uncommon for people with OCD to describe that that feeling with bees. So if you listen closely, there's some bees in this song. So you get to hear the bees. All right, let's do it.
I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong about the simplest things. Ooh. I'm burning just to see if it stings. But if I don't wanna know, can I live my life that way? Yeah, if I don't wanna know, can I be myself okay? Yeah, if I don't want to know, can I change my mind every day? Yeah, if I don't wanna know, if I don't wanna know, I do, I don't, I was wrong, I was wrong, I was wrong to question everything. I'm hitting this old bell, see if it still rings. But if I don't wanna know, can I live my life that way? Yeah, if I don't wanna know, can I be myself okay? Yeah, if I don't want to know, can I change my mind every day? Yeah, if I don't wanna know, if I don't wanna know, I do, I don't, I will, I won't, I won't.
I'm gonna move. So last two songs are a pair. They were written 4 years apart, though. Funny how that happens. This first one, I'm not moving for fun. I'm gonna play this on piano. I should have mentioned that. How does this work? Okay, got it. I can learn quickly. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Nick. Hi. So this song is called Everyone Around. It's like possibly the most like emotionally special song to me on this album. Because I wrote it after I got kicked off campus in 2020 because of COVID. I mean, not just me, like everyone got kicked off. I didn't like do anything. I didn't like do anything bad. What did I do? I didn't do anything. I just had a good time at college, and then they were like, bye. So I wrote this song after getting home, after getting booted off campus. Basically, as a love letter to all my friends and the incredible. It's okay, Sammy. It's love letter to all my friends that I have had / still have from college, at college, whatever.
Do you feel like you know me? 'Cause I've opened up, shown you everything I got. Please, you've got to excuse the hours here with you, explaining all that I've been through. It makes me feel different from others in a mysterious way. I've got to admit that I'm drifting away, sitting here in the bedroom. But I feel so alone, even though I can hear the sound of everyone around. I told you that I've been lonely, and you have been so nice and listened every single time. Patience been so unkind to me, but there are things I know that you couldn't get too close. It makes me feel different from others in a mysterious way. It's hard to admit that I'm drifting away, sitting here in the bedroom. But I feel so alone, even though I can hear the sound of everyone around. Different from others, I just don't know what to say. It's hard to admit that I'm drifting away, sitting here in the bedroom. But I feel so alone, even though I can hear the sound of everyone around. How could I speak if no one were listening? We all deserve someone like you, who listens to me like you do.
Monte stopped saying yippee after every song challenge. Level impossible. Yeah, it's just great to be here. In more ways than one. Y'all don't understand. Like, it was like 300 hours working on this. Like, you do not understand. My mental health is about to skyrocket to new levels of fantastic now that I have like 6 hours of my week back. I love being a musician, of course. The reason, fun fact, I forgot to say this, but the reason that I didn't do that with the backing track is because I don't have it, because that song is the oldest on the album, and I did it on my last computer, which was a MacBook Air that completely crapped out, and I lost all my files. Luckily, it's okay, because I know how to use a computer, so I was able to extract the audio stems from the WAV file that I had, which means it's okay, and I got it on the album. Had to do some really funky stuff, but it worked out. So that one is on the album. Yeah. Okay, the last song of the night, also the last song of the album, is also very special. This one, well, I mean, they're all special, obviously, because like they're on my album. But this one is called Graduation, so you've sort of seen the trend. It's like, that was the first song, I don't think that was the first song I wrote in college, but it was the first one that I was like, this is like gas. Like, I don't know what else to say. And Graduation is the last song I wrote at college. I wrote Graduation the night before graduation, commencement ceremony. In a dorm next to my student housing called Con. And they have a really dinky old piano that sounds like shit. And I wrote this on that the night before graduation because I knew that I wanted some sort of like musical memory of that time and how I was feeling. It was, it's like a lot of emotions happening. Like, again, as I described earlier, like an entire thing in my life is ending and what's going on? So that I wrote that. Oh my God. So the first like 4 bars of this, you will hear a dinky piano that sounds terrible. And that is that piano that I wrote the song. I see the cool thing about being a music producer is that you can put stuff like that in your music. So I have the original audio recording of the time that I was writing this in the song at the beginning.
We hung our tears beside our robes. We count the years in stories told. I met you when I didn't know how we would change, how we would grow. How will I end without you, my friend? How could I end without you, my friend? When I ran in circles and you didn't come up for air, there was something we did for each other, and now every day is the first in forever. My mind is unwrapping around what we could be next. We could be next. We could be next. We said goodbye to our old souls and realized that growth is slow. I don't know when I'll ever know the end of me. did for each other. And now every day is the first in forever. My mind is unwrapping around what we could be next. We could be next. We could be next.
I love that thunk. I'm so glad. Thanks everyone so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. So about that thunk, wait. First, I should be socially appropriate and say thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you all being here. So that thunk is something that I found in Logic, which is how I produce my music. And I'm just really happy that that's how the album ends, because it's just such like a thoughtful thunk. Like you just hear it and you're just like, ah. Anyways, thank you all so much again. I'm in a fugue state right now. I'm so nervous. It really means the world to have people listening. If you would like to listen to the songs you heard tonight and 3 more secret songs that you didn't hear, including Mix Elemental, which is the one about Finn the Human, my mom's favorite song on the album, you guys. She is so upset. She's not upset because my mom's like never mad, but she's like sad. She's sad that I didn't perform Mix Elemental. Anyways, so we're going to take like a 5-minute break. I'd love to say hi to some of you. And then we will do the Q&A after for anyone who wants to stay. I will not be offended if you have to leave. You're literally good. The Q&A is like nerdy music stuff and questions about the album if you have them. Because what would it be without a Monte info dump? I mean, come on. So, yeah, thank you so much, everybody. We'll take a short break. I'll put on lo-fi beats to study too.